Welcome back to Level Headed Gamer, guys. My name is Joseph, and today I want to talk about Outriders. Whether you've discovered this game just stumbling on this channel, or you've been eagerly awaiting to explore Enoch just like I have, you might be confused. What kind of game structure does this game have? Is it open world, or is it more linear? Well, let me clear that up for you really quick, and without any further ado, guys, let's get in the video. To put it bluntly, it's not an open world game. And I think it's a good thing for this game. It's going to actually help it, but I'm going to explain to you what I mean by that later. The structure itself, it's closer to a mix between Borderlands and Remnant from the Ashes. You'll have a base of operations where you can get side quests or main quests, and you travel out to a hub area, sort of like the modern Tomb Raider games, where you can complete the main quests or the side quests, where you'll also be able to find side quests in the world just like you did in Borderlands or Remnant from the Ashes. But it's a more linear game. It's a more focused game. You're not going to get to explore a whole world like you would in Division or even Destiny. I think it's going to be a lot more linear than Destiny, and I'll show you through some of the gameplay footage that we have here. And there's going to be multiple regions spanning jungles, snowy outposts, deserts, among many others. They haven't really talked about each kind of region they're going to have, but we can just see it from the gameplay footage. The reason that I think it's going to work for this game is because a lot of these looter shooter games create really big worlds, but they feel empty, and they're not really fun to explore. Look at Division 2. Division 2 is a fun game, but most of the time you're just running from objective to objective. Everything kind of looks the same, and you explore kind of BS side quests or BS activities in the world that are kind of boring. At least I thought they were kind of boring. And this is going to focus it and say, hey, we're not going to make a whole big wide world here for you. Let's make it more focused, that it's fun to play, we have fun engagement, and we can control what kind of content we have, what kind of side quests we have, and what happens, versus like a crazy open world game. As well as they're not putting their resources into creating something that's overly large. You know, they're focusing their efforts on something more directed. For example, if you ask me, especially in a looter shooter, what do I prefer, Borderlands or Remnant from the Ashes kind of style, or open world? I actually really like the hub worlds in many games, because sometimes you just don't want to go into an big open world game like Assassin's Creed Valhalla or something. It just sometimes can be a little overwhelming, and you want to kind of relax, have a more linear path that you can follow, explore, and kind of just destroy everything in your sight. I'm not saying open world games are bad, but I think it's going to be in the favor of this game, especially with all the powers you're going to have and abilities, and this focus on creating builds. Just having tighter areas to fight and have enemies chase you, I think is going to be an interesting combination. I think it's a design choice from the beginning. It just makes more sense for the game. Having like a big open world with all these powers, you could just keep running away from enemies, where here they force contact in certain areas where you just have to survive and you're being swarmed by, a load of enemies. I think it's going to work for this game better. And I would love to hear, for example, what do you guys think? Do you think this kind of a hub world is better for this game? Do you think it's going to work more for this game? Or would you have preferred more open world? Let me know down below in the comments, what would you prefer? And are you excited for this game? Are you going to be buying this game? Are you pre-ordering this game? Or you already have pre-ordered it, just like I have? And if you enjoy this kind of content, we're going to be covering Outriders a lot more on this channel. As the game gets closer and the demo comes out, we're going to release a bunch of gameplay footage. We're going to release different kinds of builds for the characters. We're going to be following Outriders for a while. So if that's something you want to do as well, make sure you subscribe down below. And guys, you have a good rest of your day. Enjoy your weekends, and have a good one.